Another woman has been raped in Delhi. An actor has been molested in Kerala. An air hostess has been sexually abused in Bangalore. The perverts and the rapists are allowed to roam scot-free. What is the status of women's safety in India? Does it still remain a joke to our government? The body of a 3-year-old who went missing is found in a dump in Chennai, in a garbage dump. The Chennai police have nabbed a prime suspect. School children sitting on the floor, asbestos roofs overhead that are collapsing, toilets with broken windows and no running water. This is the reality of BMC-run schools in Mumbai. Hours before the civic elections, a Magic Bricks Now expose unveils the neglected state of Mumbai's municipal schools and the complete apathy towards our children.
A 24-year-old girl was raped on Saturday in Delhi's upscale Hoskas village market. A man unknown to her offered her a lift in a car back home at 11:30 p.m. in the night and then allegedly took her to an isolated spot and allegedly raped her.
Shocking news of an actor being abducted and harassed by people. In fact, social media immediately went berserk when they heard this news. A lot of people from the Malayalam film industry also took to social media.
Yet another instance which shows Bengaluru city is not safe with women. A young air hostess was allegedly sexually molested on 12th. A biker accosted her and groped her and molested this particular air hostess.
No matter what kind of a professional the woman is, what may be her accomplishments and achievements, she is not free from any kind of abuse and she is not safe.
It is very dangerous. The police failed to control the situation. It is the responsibility of the person who have to control the law and order situation.
Personally, it's not safe because we cannot trust them at all because Delhi is already a victim of so many rape cases, so we can't trust Delhi as it is.
Police रात को होनी चाहिए because security purpose is very important for women, especially for women.
Well, this is the state of affairs right now in India, and we keep bringing you these stories, and more stories are coming up. And this time it's from across the country. It's an appalling state of affairs. In Chennai, a 3-year-old girl went missing, and now her body shows up in a garbage dump. She was suffocated, and she was found naked. Is there absolutely no hope at all? Why aren't our governments taking any of this more seriously? And this seems like the case across governments, across the country. Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Delhi, Karnataka. Different political parties in all of these states, but the story is the same. Safety for women is at the bottom of their list of priorities. In Chennai, this is the second such story that came up while the government in Chennai is too busy pulling and pushing for power and trying to find a way to benefit from the noise. This is what is happening to the citizens. It is high time that the government in Chennai sat down and did its job. Enough is enough. We don't care for your drama anymore. The government of Karnataka constantly pushing the buck, not taking accountability for what has been happening in the city of Bangalore starting New Year's Eve. Now we find one more incident. The government of Delhi should hang its head in shame. There is a rape reported in Delhi every 4 hours. And you are a government that came into power in the state promising safety for women. Have you no sense of accountability? Where is the Chief Minister of Delhi and why won't he respond to any of this? Does he not feel a sense of accountability to the city of Delhi? And in Kerala, actors and celebrities are not spared. And now we find horrid stories telling us that this was part of a planned gang attack. Have women become nothing more than pawns in this country? And why won't the central government say anything? The central government that constantly talks about how serious it is about women's rights, how serious it is about women's education and women's skill development, will say nothing about women's safety. Nothing. It is a terrible, terrible day to be a woman in the country of India. Terrible day. Joining me on the show today, Brinda Adige, women's activist from Bangalore, Deepika Sharma, spokesperson of the BJP in Delhi, Sonalben Patel, president of the Gujarat Pradesh Mahila Congress, joining us from Ahmedabad, Tanveer Ahmed, spokesperson of the JDS, Abha Singh, lawyer and activist, Jairam Venkateshan is the co-convener of the NGO, Apor, and Rajiv Mishra is an activist. Abha Singh, it is a terrible time to be a woman in this country, because the crime right now, just for today, spans all ages, all categories and all social strata. None of us are safe.
It's scary, I would say. It's really sad that in spite of a strong law after Nirbhaya, the Criminal Law Amendment Act, which provided for death penalty for rapists, but my head hangs in shame that the Nirbhaya rapists are still alive and kicking. They have got the benefit of the appeal, and the Supreme Court has yet not found time to decide on the appeal. I think that is the reason, because we have been very soft on the criminals, molesters and rapists. That is why the women of this country are unsafe. That is why every half an hour a rape takes place, and that is why an actor, her own driver, plans a scheme and abducts her, rapes her. It clearly shows that for 2.5 hours in Kochi, she was being molested, raped in the car, and there were no mobile vans, there were no CCTV cameras to even spot this crime from happening. The CRPC says that it is the duty of the police to prevent a crime from happening. Forget prevention, they are unable to even arrest the mastermind of this offense. So it clearly shows that there is no roadmap for women's safety in this country. Politicians, only when they want a vote, talk of women empowerment. Once they come to power, they dump the women of this country. They make callous statements demeaning the women of this country. And definitely it is scary, it is sad, and it is tragic that you are born a woman or a girl in this country.
It is tragic to be a woman in this country. Brinda Adige, the story coming out of Kerala, and I want to tell this story to our viewers, could not have been scarier. There was a woman who was a well-known actress who was in her own car, driven around by her own driver, who allowed people to get into that car and for nearly 3 hours sexually assault her and rape her in the back of her own car while he drove that car around the city. There is nobody we can trust. Nobody we can trust. Brinda Adige, there has never been a scarier story. She was not out with a stranger. It was not about what she was wearing. She was in her own car with her own driver. Have the men lost their minds, Brinda Adige?
I don't think the men have lost their minds. It is just that their honor and respect to women does not seem to have ever surfaced. The onus for women and child safety squarely falls on the government. The emergency response systems and mechanisms rarely work, and if they do, they are neither efficient nor are they effective. In this particular case, we are talking about trust, but we also want to talk about fear of the law. The trust gets broken very often because they know that the law is not going to catch them. They also know that the judiciary is going to take a long time before it even defends the woman who has been abused and assaulted. Time and again we have seen, including on your channel, the times when the politicians, the so-called lawmakers, continue to demean women and make statements that are so feudal in nature. And yet these are the politicians who have been elected by the public, including women, who pay their taxes, and they claim even in their manifestos that their one primary responsibility is protection and safety of women and children, which we know for sure is nothing but lip service. We need to hold the governments and the systems accountable
And this is not happening because everybody is blaming the other department and another party, but never wanting to take responsibility for the powers that they hold just now. And trust is being broken because statistics shows 86% of assault happens in homes by people known to the victims and survivors.
So the only way to stop any of this from happening is if punishment is swift and merciless and is harsh. Rajiv Mishra is an RTI activist. Rajiv Mishra, क्या आपने चेक किया है महाराष्ट्र में अभी विमेन सेफ्टी की क्या हाल है?
देखिए, महाराष्ट्र की अगर आप बात करेंगी तो पिछले 5 साल में सिर्फ रेप के केसेस में 289% की वृद्धि हुई है और मोलेस्टेशन के केसेस में 263% की वृद्धि हुई है पिछले 5 साल में। तो ये बहुत ही स्पष्ट आंकड़े हैं जो ये बता सकते हैं कि महाराष्ट्र में वुमेन्स की क्या पोजीशन है। लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इसके लिए 3 चीज़ों में बदलाव की ज़रूरत है। लॉ एंड ऑर्डर तो पहला चीज़ है, दूसरा है सोसाइटी में भी बदलाव की ज़रूरत है, सोच में बदलाव की ज़रूरत है, और तीसरा है पारिवारिक स्तर पर। ये तीनों स्तर पर जब तक हम बदलाव नहीं करेंगे, होता क्या है कि वुमेन जो है बहुत ही सॉफ्ट पार्ट है, ये कहीं भी इतनी शक्तिशाली नहीं हो सकती कि मर्दों का मुकाबला कर सके। वैसी स्थिति में ये कभी भी अगर अकेले में कहीं से जाती हैं आती हैं तो निश्चित तौर पर वो कुछ ऐसे जो बदमाश लोग हैं उनका शिकार बन जाते हैं।
बदमाश लोगों को रोकना लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की काम होती है मिस्टर राजीव मिश्रा।
100%।
मिस्टर राजीव मिश्रा कि अगर if there is a man walking down a street carrying a lot of money in his pocket and he gets mugged, who are you going to blame? The person who does the thieving or the person who was walking down the street?
नहीं, नो डाउट आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है फेर, लेकिन तकलीफ क्या है कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर भी है ना। अगर आप टोटल जो रेप केसेस का उदाहरण देखेंगे, जैसा अभी एक मैडम बता रही थी, तो आप देखेंगे कि 90% केसेस जो है वो जान पहचान के लोगों के द्वारा हो रहा है। तो वैसी स्थिति में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो है निश्चित तौर पे एक इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, लेकिन सोसाइटी में जब हमारे परिचित वाले लोग हमारे साथ जब धोखा करते हैं,
पॉलिटिशियंस ऐसे बार बार बोलते हैं कि विमेन आर लाइक शुगर, विमेन आर लाइक हनी, कि उनके पास तो एंट्स तो आएंगे, ये ऐसा ही तो होगा। If this sort of disrespectful thing is said by politicians repeatedly, if politicians से गलतियां हो जाते हैं लड़कों के साथ, फांसी पे थोड़ी चढ़ाएंगे आप उनको।
Very true.
If these are the messages that are being sent out by our politicians, then what do you expect? What do you expect from society? What sort of societal changes are we talking about? Deepika Sharma, spokesperson of the BJP, why isn't the central government commenting on the state of affairs of the women in this country?
Ma'am, today the Women and Child Development Minister, Madam Menka Gandhi herself has given a statement that it has been, the episode in Kerala has been very shameful, and Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, the Union Urban Development Minister, also has come up and has given a statement that there's an urgent need for the society to come together and for the speedy trial of these cases. So the central government is acutely aware of this. While saying this, I would say that the law and order definitely is a
very good. Deepika Sharma, acknowledge the fact that the Women and Child Minister has come out and made a statement, that the Home Minister has come out and made a statement specifically about the one case in Kerala. What about the case in Delhi? What about the case in Gujarat? What about the case in Bangalore? What about the case in Chennai? Don't those cases count?
फिर अगर मुझे 1 मिनट का समय देंगे तो मैं आपको एक चीज बताना चाहता हूँ।
Yes, of course, those cases count. The statements have come. Statements have come. Yes, statements have come. Statements have come, and it has to be acknowledged, as other revered panelists have already spoken, that
empty promises.
Rape, as much as it is a law and order problem, it is a sociological problem. Also, the mindsets of men have to change. This is not an issue to be politicized, and I think the society has to come together. The society has to wake up.
What has the government done to change the mindsets of men? Sonal Ben Patel, President of the Gujarat Pradesh Mahila Congress. What is the Gujarat Pradesh Mahila Congress protesting against right now? Sonal Ben, ये बताइए आपका प्रोटेस्ट अभी किस चीज़ के बारे में?
हम अभी थोड़े दिन से बेटी बचाओ आंदोलन चला रहे हैं, अभियान चला रहे हैं, एक्चुअली यहाँ जो आप केसेस की बात कर रहे हैं वो इंडिविजुअल केसेस के रेप्स की बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन गुजरात में कच्छ नाम का डिस्ट्रिक्ट है जो बॉर्डर डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, उसमें 1 साल से भी ज़्यादा समय से बीजेपी जो रूलिंग पार्टी है उसका संगठन और उसके जो इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव है वो मिलके मोर देन 45 वीमेन, उनका पूरा एक रैकेट सेक्स रैकेट चल रहा था। उसमें यंग लड़कियों को इन्वॉल्व करके, इनको एक्सप्लॉइट करके, इनको ड्रग देके उनको रेप किया जाता था। इसके बाद इनकी फिल्म बना के उनको ब्लैकमेल किया जाता था और ये जो इनके नेता थे, उनके जो कार्यकर्ता थे, संगठन के लोग थे, उनके पास उनको भेजा जाता था। उनकी ट्रेनिंग का प्रोग्राम्स था, उसमें आई कार्ड बना के उन लोगों को इनके पास भेजा जाता था और उसमें से एक जो पीड़िता है उसने अभी 1 महीने से पहले पुलिस में कंप्लेन की है और मजिस्ट्रेट में उन्होंने वो बयान भी दिया है। उसमें बताया है कि 45 वीमेन वर इन्वॉल्व एंड देयर वर मोर देन 65 मेन इन्वॉल्व एंड दे वर ऑल फ्रॉम ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और दे वर फ्रॉम इलेक्टेड बॉडी। सो वी आर प्रोटेस्टिंग। बेटी बचाओ की हम बात कर रहे हैं, अदरवाइज ये गवर्नमेंट का प्रोग्राम है जो भ्रूण हत्या के अगेंस्ट बात करता है, लेकिन हम कहते हैं कि अभी बेटी बचाने की ज़रूरत तो बीजेपी की सरकार से और बीजेपी की पार्टी से है।
दीपिका शर्मा जी जवाब दे दीजिए।
जी मुझे अच्छा लगता मैडम अगर आप मिस्टर दिग्विजय जी के बयान के ऊपर थोड़ा आंदोलन करती, श्री प्रकाश जायसवाल ने जो कहा था उनके ऊपर आप आंदोलन करती। आज ही
नहीं दे रहे मैडम। दीपिका शर्मा जी आप सवाल के जवाब नहीं दे रहे। दीपिका शर्मा जी आप सवाल के जवाब नहीं दे रहे।
मुझे इस बात की नहीं, देखिए दे आर वेरी कन्वीनियंटली एजिटेटिंग। They are very conveniently agitating on issues where allegedly BJP leaders are involved. But what about when their leaders are involved? भवरी रेप केस तो राजस्थान में हुआ था ना, जहां पे आप ही के राजस्थान के नेता थे। इसीलिए मैं कह रही हूं कि आप इसको पॉलिटिसाइज ना करें। जहां अगर गुजरात में कोई प्रॉब्लम हुई है कच्छ एरिया में, तो उसके लिए जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं उन्होंने ऑलरेडी इंक्वायरी शुरू कर दी है। लेकिन मैं आपको ये कहना चाहूंगी कि ये राजनीतिक मुद्दा नहीं है, ये एक सामाजिक मुद्दा है और उसमें सारे समाज को इकट्ठे आना पड़ेगा। टेलीविजन के ऊपर हम बहुत पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के साथ तू मैं कर सकते हैं,
हाँ,
लेकिन आज
आप लोग दीपिका शर्मा जी आप लोग हमारे डिबेट्स पे आके सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज तू मैं ही करते हैं। This is all you do. Abha Singh, this is all we listen to day in and day out. I am still waiting for one political party to come in and say we are serious.
I did not start.
We are going to make a serious attempt. We are going to take this seriously. I am waiting for the central government to acknowledge the rising cases of crime against women. I am waiting for this government to stop, saying skill women and actually prevent the people who are killing women. Abha Singh, has there been anything more heartbreaking than hearing the political parties point fingers at each other as to who has a higher or a lower rape card?
You have hit. You have hit the nail on the head. These spokespersons and political parties just try to get brownie points at each other's distress at the cost of women. The party spokesmen only do tutu meme. You are very correct. They don't come out with a roadmap. Why doesn't this lady come and say these are the steps and measures we have taken for women's safety? We have recruited so many women constables. We have given so many CCTV cameras. We have provided for 1,000 mobile vans. Nothing of that sort is told by these spokespersons. Only they try to criticize each other and try to make a fool out of the women of this country. I think these spokespersons should hang their heads in shame that when they come prepared and talk of something sensible and not divert the issue. That is the reason that crime in this country is increasing. Women are scared to come out, and now people say stay in the house, wear a burqa, don't come out, don't wear jeans, don't use mobile. Cops have come out because of these women spokespersons who don't go and ask their party members, party leaders why this is being done. On the other hand, they try to defend these misogynistic cheap netas who make cheap statements,
you are a reputed
and that
lawyer.
is why there is so much crime in this country.
You are a reputed lawyer and you're misleading. You are absolutely You are absolutely misleading the people.
No, it's a fact. It's a fact. Why don't you condemn? What is the point in condemning a politician? Why don't you tell a roadmap? What have you done for safety security? आपने अभी तक safety security के लिए क्या किया है? आपने क्या पुलिस कांस्टेबल्स women recruit किए? आपने मोबाइल वैन्स दिए? आपने CCTV कैमरा दिए? निर्भया फंड तक को आपने इस्तेमाल नहीं किया, 200 करोड़ आपने खत्म कर दिया. And you say बीजेपी ने ये किया, कांग्रेस ने ये किया. आपको एक महिला की इज्जत और उसकी जान की परवाह नहीं है. आप सिर्फ अपने
गलत इंफॉर्मेशन
जो महिलाओं के
मत दीजिए ना कि निर्भया फंड को
स्टेटमेंट करते हैं, आप उनको आके डिफेंड करती है क्योंकि आप उन पार्टी की स्पोक्स पर्सन है.
अच्छा, दीपिका शर्मा जी, okay, I'll ask you very straightforward questions. Deepika Sharma ji, what was the allocation to the Nirbhaya fund by the finance minister this year?
Saying so much.
Deepika Sharma, very clear question. Did the finance minister make an allocation to the Nirbhaya fund in the budget 2016-17? Was there an allocation made to the fund this year?
Ma'am, Nirbhaya fund is already having 1,000 crore of rupees, and the WCD minister has come out today and given a statement that the Nirbhaya fund is being used to build one-stop rape crisis centers, and it is being used to build Mahila Thanas. It is being used
that
to
is not the answer to my question.
Police constables
that is not the answer
yes,
to my
do you
question.
Do you know the Mahila Thana in Mumbai doesn't even have women constables?
Today in Delhi,
do you know that the women section in Mumbai, the women police section in Mumbai does not have officers?
Abha Singh, I'll tell you something better. Abha Singh, not only are there no women's constables, police stations in Mumbai do not have toilets for women constables, so the women constables don't want to work there because this government that has promised toilets for the whole country has not provided toilets inside of police stations where women constables can go to relieve themselves and change into and out of their uniforms. This is the state of affairs. Now, if you are telling me, Deepika Sharma, that the Nirbhaya fund has enough money, the Nirbhaya fund has received a 1,000 crore rupee allocation per year since 2013 when it was begun. There are various reports that have said the Women and Child Ministry have not utilized that money correctly, and now to make it worse, to rub salt into our burning wounds, you decided as a government not to give an allocation to the Nirbhaya fund at all this year. Is there any bigger slap in our face you want to give us as women of this country that you will not even allocate money for us? That in your massive budget in which you are building bullet trains and statues, that today people who are alive and need protection are not enough, are not important, do not matter to you? Do you want to tell us anything else? Deepika Sharma, go ahead, we are listening.
Misinformation to your viewers. Why are you doing that?
Give me the correct information.
Why are you giving misinformation on your television?
What is the correct information? Give me the correct. Rajiv Mishra, go ahead.
देखिए, मैं निर्भया फंड को लेकर के मैं शर्मा मैडम को ठीक कर देना चाहता हूँ.
Saying that the Nirbhaya fund has not been used correctly.
दीपिका मैडम, मैं आपको
no sir, please.
दीपिका मैडम, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने अभी एक महीना. दीपिका मैडम, मैं आपको बता देता हूं, मुंबई हाई कोर्ट ने अभी 1 महीना पहले ही निर्भया फंड के नहीं बांटे जाने को लेकर के गंभीर आपत्ति जताई है, और उन्होंने सरकार को बोला है कि आपने 5% फंड भी अभी तक आपने लोगों को नहीं दिया है. ये कैसे है? जब आपने इतना बड़ा फंड का अरेंजमेंट किया है और इतने बड़े पैमाने पर रेप के केसेस सामने आ रहे हैं, तो फिर क्यों नहीं जो पीड़ित महिला है उसको पहले आप आर्थिक मदद करते हैं? ये मुंबई हाई कोर्ट का बयान है आपके सरकार के बारे में, जो अभी वर्तमान में सरकार है. और दूसरा बात जो स्पीडी ट्रायल को लेकर के है, स्पीडी ट्रायल की स्थिति ये है कि आज एक मिनट,
महाराष्ट्र की बात, आप महाराष्ट्र की बात कर रहे हैं.
एक मिनट,
महाराष्ट्र में कौन सी गवर्नमेंट है? दीपिका शर्मा, महाराष्ट्र में कौन सी गवर्नमेंट है?
इन स्पेसिफिक.
एक मिनट मैडम, एक और बात सुन लीजिए. स्पीडी ट्रायल की जो मैडम एक मिनट और सुन लीजिए. मैडम एक मिनट और सुन लीजिए कि स्पीडी ट्रायल की जो बात है,
महाराष्ट्र गिवन
मैं आपको एक दूसरा उदाहरण दे देता हूं स्पीडी ट्रायल का.
दीपिका शर्मा, अगर आपको स्टेट्स के बारे में जानकारी नहीं है तो जिनके पास जानकारी है उनकी बात तो सुन लीजिए.
स्पीडी ट्रायल की जहां तक बात है फे, आपको मैं बता दूं, ये बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण तरीके से मुझे कहना पड़ रहा है कि आज वोमेन्स क्राइम के अगेंस्ट में जो चार्जशीट दाखिल हो रही है उसके जो एवरेज जो डेट है वो 500 से 700 दिन के बीच का है। आप सोचो 90 दिन के अंदर चार्जशीट हो जाने का एक परंपरा है। अगर कोई अरेस्टिंग एक्यूज्ड है तो अगर 90 दिन में चार्जशीट नहीं होता है तो उसका बेल हो जाता है, लेकिन वोमेन्स के केसेस में 500 से 700 दिन है, मतलब 2 साल लग जा रहे हैं चार्जशीट फाइल करने में। दिस इज द रियल सिचुएशन ऑफ द लॉ एंड ऑर्डर ऑफ द एवरी स्टेट एंड कंट्री। इसलिए मैं आपको बोलना चाह रहा हूं कि देखो, इसमें बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर बदलाव की जरूरत है और इसमें इच्छा शक्ति होनी चाहिए कि हमको महिलाओं को संरक्षण देना है।
Political will. Brinda Adige, please clarify this one problem. The Nirbhaya fund not being used correctly is a statement that I made. I was told that I was giving my viewers wrong information. Brinda Adige works with women who are victims of crime on a daily basis. Brinda Adige, please tell us, in your opinion, is the Nirbhaya fund being utilized correctly?
Not at all. Your statement is correct. And what also has to be understood over here by the lady from the BJP spokesperson is since 2013, the compensation project for domestic violence victims as well as acid attack victims, the compensation budget has been removed and it has not been revived even by your government in the present finance declarations that were made. There is also a clause that government hospitals should have the Nirbhaya Crisis Center. Nothing is functioning. Some of them have been opened with a lot of pomp and media present over there, but it doesn't work over there. Please try and understand that this fund takes a very long time to even get
I would like to tell you
that kind
Let
of
her
a
finish.
sanction that is required.
Let her finish.
So here we are
I would
talking
like
of
to tell
the
you,
onus on the government, and this onus is not being taken seriously.
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is
I
not
would like to
enough
tell you.
just to make a statement that sanctions have been made when the implementation sanctions are yet to be put into action.
Go on, Deepika Sharma, go on.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to tell you that all central government hospitals today in Delhi, at least I can talk about Delhi because I stay in Delhi and I know about the Delhi situation. All central government hospitals in Delhi today have a rape crisis center. And second of all, as far as the state government hospitals are run, if the state government is not doing its duty, then I think it's a tragic situation. I would like to tell you this, that no social audit has been conducted on the use of Nirbhaya fund. So it is not appropriate to say that the funds are not being used correctly, where the Women and Child Development Minister herself comes on television and gives a statement about it, and Mr. Venkaiah Naidu himself comes on the television and gives a statement about it. I would like to say that we should not politicize the matter, but then the society itself has to come, the judiciary, the pending cases in judiciary, the judicial delays, and the fact that the judiciary is so process driven in our country that it takes years and years for a case to be solved. So the problem is multi-pronged, ma'am. The problem is multifold. It is sociological, it is judicial, it is
I'll tell you where the
psychological,
problem
and
is.
of course
I'll
it
tell
is
you
a
where the
one-order
problem is.
situation
I'll tell you where the
because
problem is.
men
The Nirbhaya
political
fund
mindset.
utilization.
It's a political will that
With
is
your
required.
One second.
Please do not
Let me tell you
trivialize
let me
it
give
by
you the
saying
data.
it's a
Let me give you the
sociological
data.
With a misogynistic.
No. Let me tell you the data. The Nirbhaya fund utilization, the Empowered Committee met 7 times, only 7 times, and only 16 proposals of 2,000 crore rupees were appraised and recommended for 79 one-stop centers which have not been set up. 18 states have helplines for Mahila police centers, most of which don't work. This was as of December 2016. Yeah. Women need safe cities, not smart cities. Tanveer Ahmed, let me give you more bad news for the people in Bangalore. This is just breaking. A 3-year-old girl child in a nursery school was sexually assaulted by a supervisor in Marathahalli. The school principal has also been detained by the police for questioning. The arrest has been identified as Manjunath or Manju. It was learnt that the little girl came home crying, and upon questioning, the girl alleged that Manjunath Bhaiya had touched her and had hurt her. This is the state of affairs, Tanveer Ahmed, in Bangalore, where the government refuses to take cognizance of how serious the problem is.
I remember actually it was a part of national debate on in your same channel, and many channels had reported what happened on New Year, and then followed by molestation which happened in Kamahalli. What exactly happened? Nobody knows about it. Actually, everybody is saying that this is a problem on a social sector. No, I would say the problem lies with the political fraternity totally. What would happen? I just would like to, and it's not about BJP and Congress and JDS. 16% of politicians who are sitting there today, either do they have cases where they are involved with atrocities on women. They themselves have committed as heinous as rapes, as heinous as molestation. So this, and also the BJP lady was talking about, there were 3 men, BJP MLAs, who were caught watching pornographical movie in assembly. All 3 were given tickets, and one is still sitting in assembly. Lakshman Saudi, Krishna Palimar. If this is the society which only talks about if you are elected or electable, then we all need to put.
His name is Mr. Ahmed. That's Tanveer Ahmed of the JDS. He's not Mr. Javed. Go ahead, Tanveer Ahmed, make your point.
This is exactly a situation. And second thing about police. Actually, a women police needs to really should do investigation on rape cases. And you know, a women, I also work in a social organization. A woman who goes through molestation once, she has to go through molestation 30 times, 50 times, every time she goes to a police station. This is the society which we are living in. If at all we don't really change the society, we don't change judiciary, we don't change police, this problem is going to we should stop doing tu main. BJP didn't do this, Congress didn't do it, JDS didn't do it. Any person who's involved, until and unless you have very harsh punishment, very, very harsh punishment, this is definitely going to continue. Let us ask the question to the sitting Chief Minister of Karnataka, the Home Minister, who said if women wear short clothes, this is definitely due to happen. What exactly happened to the people who were involved in
Absolutely, Tanveer Ahmed, it's fair that we should right now ask the Home Minister of Karnataka, who said short clothes are the reason. What short clothes was a 3-year-old nursery school wearing, sir? Please tell us. That caused this crime. To the Home Minister, if there is one, in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu, will you now stop your stupid power struggle and actually get to work, because children are being murdered in your city? To the Home Minister of Gujarat, are the women not important enough to you? To the Home Minister of Kerala, you should hang your head in shame. To the Chief Minister and Home Minister of Delhi, how many more cases? How many more young girls? How many more complaints? If there is a rape every 4 hours, have you gotten so used to it that it doesn't bother you anymore? Rajiv Mishra, the Nirbhaya Fund utilization, allocated 1,530 crore rupees to various projects and has so far only spent 400 crore rupees. The Nirbhaya Fund, Rajiv, is meant specifically for women's safety. It is the only mention of women's safety, and it has come after the sacrifice of a daughter of India. It is a fund that the government doesn't take seriously. And not only that, this government went one step further, the central government, and changed the name of the Nirbhaya Crisis Centers to Sakhi Crisis Centers, achieving what I will never understand other than disrespect of that daughter whom we lost in such a heinous manner. That is the job this government has achieved. Not setting up the crisis centers. Rajiv Mishra.
देखिए, मैं तो एक चीज आपको जरूर बोलना चाहूंगा कि देखो, अभी के समय में स्थिति ऐसी है कि वुमेन्स को समय पर न्याय नहीं मिल रहा है। एक तो पीड़िता वो हो रही है लेकिन उनको न्याय भी नहीं मिल रहा है। अभी मजिस्ट्रेट लेवल से लेके हाई कोर्ट लेवल, सुप्रीम कोर्ट लेवल तक अभी एक ऐसे 2-3 स्पेशल बेंचेज हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में होने चाहिए जो सिर्फ वुमेन्स क्राइम्स को ही सुने और वुमेन्स क्राइम्स पर जितना जल्दी हो सके उस पर डिसीजन दे। एक तो एक बहुत बड़ा मार्ग होगा और पनिशमेंट जो है वो ऐसे पहले से ही बहुत कठोर बनाया जा चुका है और अब तो फांसी तक की भी सजा अलाउ कर दी गई है, तो पनिशमेंट तो कठोर हो चुका है, लेकिन इस पर जल्द से जल्द सुनवाई की जरूरत है। दूसरा आपको मैं बताऊं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक चीज बोला था कि ये आजकल जो समाज में विकृति पैदा करने वाले, देखो मैं ये मानता हूं कि जो लोग वुमेन्स के साथ इस तरह का काम करते हैं वो मानसिक रूप से या तो विक्षिप्त है या विकृत है, मेरा ऐसा मानना है।
आप मुझे ये बताइए राजीव मिश्रा जी, आई विल आस्क आभा सिंह दिस क्वेश्चन। आभा सिंह, how often do we hear people who are in charge of law and order or people who are in charge of law making come out and say, murders happen because our social construct is wrong. Thieving happens because our social construct is wrong. In fact, crores and crores of ghotalas and of course crores and crores of violations of laws happen because our social construct is wrong. And we need to start teaching people that murder is wrong. That's how to stop it. How often do we hear vile and weak excuses like that about any other kind of crime other than the crime about women, Abha?
Exactly. I mean, only when women crime is talked of, people talk of gender sensitization, people talk of mental makeup, but they forget that crime against women is a law and order issue. First and foremost, it is the law of the country which has to be upheld. Women have to be protected. If the death penalty of Nirbhaya rapists had been executed in the same year, had they been hung, there would have been a fear of the law. But because of the loopholes in the law and getting the best of the lawyers and the failure of the police and the prosecution to hold a trial properly, the conviction rate in the case of rape and molestation is barely 29%. That means out of 100 rapists, almost 70 go scot-free, and that is the reason so much crime is happening. Nothing to do with the mindset. It is because there is no fear of law, there is no conviction. People know they can murder, they can rape and get away. That is why they are emboldened. So we have to set our things in order. We have to ensure that the police files the charge sheet on time, the forensics are collected properly, and the conviction is 100%. The day a rapist knows that he is going to be hung in 6 months, he will shudder to do an offense like that. But when he knows that he can sit in the jail for 20 years and then after that Supreme Court will say he has suffered enough and let him go, change his death penalty into life imprisonment or let him go. These are the reasons the message goes that the law is weak, that the judiciary is weak, and that is why crime against women is happening. If we don't understand this, we will not be able to protect the women of this country.
Well, Jairam Venkateshan joins us right now from Chennai. He's co-convener of an NGO called Arpo. Jairam, thank you for joining us. What is the state of affairs in Chennai? Why is Chennai losing children to this sort of heinous crime?
Yeah, it is really tragic what is happening, and if you see over the last 6 months, we have been having a lot of cases, similar cases, and there has been a breakdown of law and order that has been happening in the state. Tamil Nadu, particularly, it is happening. What we are seeing is primarily because of the way the police deals with crime against women, or in fact any other crime as well. What is happening today is that in Tamil Nadu, if there is a crime that happens, to prevent the crime, arrest instead of arresting the people, what they do is they don't file any FIR. So the number of cases that is being filed is happening. So for example, if you take the National Crime Record Bureau and look at Tamil Nadu's case, what we are seeing is that in Kerala, the number of crime, if it's like 720 per lakh happening, in Tamil Nadu it's being recorded as somewhere around 270 per lakh. It doesn't mean that the number of crime that is happening is much lesser in Tamil Nadu, but the number of crimes that is being recorded is much lesser than what's happening. And with respect to women, crime against women and children, it's much worse. In Tamil Nadu it is 17 per lakh. Whereas if you look at the national average, it is somewhere around 50 per lakh. So this is the kind of particularly the reason is because the police is heavily politically controlled. If you look at the Justice Verma Commission, they would not only talked about the conviction rate and other things, but they also spoke about important things about police reforms, where you need a state security commission. You need to give freedom to the police to look at things. For example, I would just narrate a very small.
No, very quick question to you, Jairam Venkatesan. Do you believe that that the government in Tamil Nadu right now that has spent a fair amount of time pulling and pushing for power, actually beating each other up in the hope for power, have done their job towards the citizens of the state, towards the women and children of that state? We seem to have lost that connection. I want to take this question over to Sonal Ben Patel. Sonal Ben Patel, आप हमें बता रहे थे कि गुजरात में बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट क्या कर रही है, लेकिन मुझे आपसे ये पूछना है सोनल बेन पटेल कि कर्नाटक में कांग्रेस की गवर्नमेंट है और बेंगलोर जैसे शहर में जो अभी सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट और मोलेस्टेशन और क्राइम अगेंस्ट चिल्ड्रन की जो केसेस आ रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये भी है कि कर्नाटक गवर्नमेंट ने भी कुछ नहीं किया है।
देखिए, कोई भी जगह जहाँ पे भी महिलाओं के विरुद्ध क्राइम होता है, चाहे रेप हो, मोलेस्टेशन हो या दूसरा। हेलो,
हाँ, हमें सुनाई दे रहा है सोनल बेन, आप बोलिए।
हेलो, हाँ, वो गलत है और उसमें हर एक गवर्नमेंट को, चाहे बीजेपी की हो या कांग्रेस की हो, उसको एफिशिएंटली काम करना है। लेकिन हमारे यहाँ जो किस्सा हुआ है उसमें ये इंडिविजुअल केस का नहीं है, इसमें पूरी पार्टी ने एक तरह से जैसे ऑर्गेनाइज क्राइम होता है इस तरह से पूरा रैकेट बना के यंग गर्ल्स को इंडक्ट करके उनको आई कार्ड बना के ट्रेनिंग के नाम पे उनका ये पूरा रैकेट चलाया हुआ है। एक तरफ हम 50% आरक्षण गुजरात में है और यहाँ पे सारे सेल्फ लोकल गवर्नमेंट में हमारा इलेक्शन में 50% महिलाएं हैं। सारी पार्टीज 33% आरक्षण की बात करती है पार्लियामेंट में और विधानसभा में, और हम लोग हमेशा मांग करते रहते हैं। तो एक तरफ हम लोग इतनी महिलाओं को पार्टी में जोड़ने की बात करते हैं, चाहे कोई भी पार्टी हो, और दूसरी तरफ जो पार्टी ऐसा माइंडसेट बना के बैठी है जो महिलाओं को एक्सप्लॉइट करती है और हैरेस भी करती है, एब्यूज भी करती है, तो इसका हम विरोध करते हैं। कर्नाटक में हो या दूसरे किसी भी स्टेट में हो, आपकी बात सही है, जहाँ पे भी ये होता है वहाँ कोई इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ एनी गवर्नमेंट ये बहुत ही निंदनीय बात है और उसके तरफ काम होना चाहिए। हेलो,
देखिए, आपके लिए बहुत कन्वीनियंट है कहना कि भाजपा जो है गुजरात में, आपके लिए बहुत कन्वीनियंट है कहना। आप आउटराइटली कल आप धरना देंगी जो कर्नाटक में हुआ है उसके प्रति कांग्रेस ने आपको केंद्र में 10 साल आपको सपोर्ट किया। आज कांग्रेस की सरकार है केरल में, क्या आपने एक बार भी उसकी आलोचना करी है? मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं कि आप इतनी सिलेक्टिव क्यों हैं कि आप भाजपा के प्रति तो विरोध करेंगी। आज जो यूपी में जो खबर आई है मिस्टर अरुण पांडे की और ब्रिजेश पांडे की, क्या आपने उसको कंडेम किया? गायत्री प्रजापति को तो आपकी पार्टी सपोर्ट कर रही है यूपी में, तो आप क्या कहना चाहती हैं? आपका जो धरना विरोध प्रोटेस्ट है वो किसके प्रति है? आप सपा को वहां पे उत्तर प्रदेश में सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और गायत्री प्रजापति, अरुण वर्मा, विजय
शर्मा जी, हमें धरना और विरोध आपके अगेंस्ट करनी चाहिए कि आप औरतों की लाइफ के साथ पॉलिटिक्स खेल रहे हैं। आप मुझे ये बताइए दीपिका जी, क्या आपने अपने होम मिनिस्ट्री से ये जाके पूछा कि उन्होंने सेक्स ऑफेंडर्स की डेटाबेस क्यों रुकवा के रखा है?
I object to the statement that you have made. Madam, I object to the statement that you have made that I am politicizing. Everybody else sitting on your panel is politicizing. The Congress lady is doing it.
I accuse all political parties of politicizing, not just you. Not just you. I have very specific questions to ask you, Deepika Sharma. There is a database of sex offenders that was proposed by the Women and Child Ministry that is now pending with the Home Ministry. Have you as a female member of the BJP, asked why that database of sexual offenders is pending with the Home Ministry, why the Home Ministry has not cleared that database? Have you, as a female member of the BJP, as a lady in the BJP, have you asked why the Nirbhaya Fund has not received an allocation? Have you asked why there are no more crisis centers that have been opened in the last 1 year? Have you asked why there aren't as many women constables inducted into the police force across the country as were promised us? Have you asked these questions? As a female member of the BJP, have you asked these questions,
All
madam?
central government hospitals which are run by the central government, they have got rape crisis centers, ma'am. The Nirbhaya Fund has been allocated. It should
Brinda
not be a
Adige.
misrepresentation on your channel.
Brinda Adige.
Madam, if you continue to reiterate that the government hospitals have the rape crisis centers, have you visited any of them? Are they functioning effectively? How is this victim and survivor of rape or any other sexual
Madam, I'm a doctor
assault
myself. I'm a
treated over there?
gynecologist myself.
Madam, then
Madam,
maybe you are a
I'm
very
a
good doctor,
gynecologist
but you are
myself.
looking
I
at
am
a
working
very
in a
large...
government
Madam,
hospital.
hold on, please. Madam,
ma'am, I'm dealing
you
with
know
these cases
that all
on an
government
everyday
hospitals
basis. These
do not
victims are
treat-
brought to the government hospitals.
Madam, you are talking about one government hospital and one crisis center for which you are in
Government
charge of,
hospitals are
or
divided
maybe
into
where you
central
are working.
government and state
We are
government.
talking about...
No, madam. No, madam. Not at
Madam,
all.
this-
No, madam. We are deputed.
No,
We
madam.
are deputed to
Madam, you
various
please go
central
and see
government
all the other
hospitals, ma'am.
hospitals.
And
Go and
government
check out your
hospitals are
other various
divided.
central government hospitals.
Let her
Ma'am,
speak.
I have
Let
seen
Brinda
at least in
Adige make
Delhi
her
happening
point.
to the
Ma'am, in
victims.
Delhi I have seen.
On an average,
Delhi
madam,
I
we
have
wait for
seen.
6 to 8
Deepika
hours
Sharma, because
for
you
a
are giving me a
medical checkup to be
guarantee.
done.
Deepika Sharma
I
is giving us a guarantee on this channel, Brinda Adige, that every single central government hospital in Delhi has a fully functioning crisis center. I promise you, we are going to check every last one of them. So, Deepika, you're telling us the central government hospitals have crisis centers. The state government hospitals do not have crisis centers, right? I'm just getting this straight so that when we check, we know what we're checking. Is that true?
The duty, the onus, the burden of, it is the burden of the state governments to provide, and the central government is giving funds to the state governments, but they are not utilizing it. In Delhi, the Aam
Every
Aadmi Party has
single
done nothing
central
about the
government
women's
hospital
security.
in
No
Delhi
CCTV
has a
cameras,
fully
no
functioning crisis
records.
center.
Bad
That was the
policy.
promise you made to me. That was a guarantee you gave me.
To accept your
Madam,
mistake.
Every
Delhi,
single
I do
central government hospital in Delhi has a
I
fully
do not-
functional
I
crisis
do not-
center. That's what you just said, madam. I'm just verifying what you said. Is that true?
It has.
Okay. Can I verify
Yes,
over the
ma'am.
next 24 hours
Yes,
that
ma'am,
this is
it-
true?
It does have. It does have. Not only this. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead and verify that.
Okay. Every police thana in the city of Delhi, Gurgaon and Noida has female constables, which is what you said?
Yes.
part of the Nirbhaya package,
Every
madam.
police thana in Delhi. I
Delhi,
do not
okay.
know the statistics
Okay.
about Gurgaon and Noida. Noida falls in Uttar Pradesh and Gurgaon falls in Haryana. I know about Delhi that at the reception, only 2 Mahila constables sit down.
Okay.
And
We
they
will get
take-
that verified.
They take
All
the
right.
complaints.
So these are the things we are going to verify
The
on this
men
channel
don't take
over the
complaints.
next 24 to 48 hours. We are going to check and see if every central government hospital in Delhi has a fully functioning crisis center 24 hours of the day. We are going to verify and see if every police thana in the city limits of Delhi has 2 women constables, which is the promise that Deepika Sharma has given us. Closing statements, Rajiv Mishra.
देखिए, मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ दीपिका शर्मा जी को बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज आपको मैं कितने ऐसे रेप विक्टिम्स के केसेस में दिखा सकता हूं जहां मेल आईओ ने उनका पूरा स्टेटमेंट लिया या मेल पुलिस ऑफिसर ने उनका पूरा स्टेटमेंट लिया है, जबकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ये गाइडलाइंस बहुत पहले आ चुका है कि कभी भी कोई महिला से संबंधित कोई क्राइम हो तो उसको महिला अधिकारी ही उसका स्टेटमेंट लेगी। लेकिन मैं आपको अनेकों एफआईआर के कॉपी लाके दिखा सकता हूं जिसमें कि मेल पुलिस ऑफिसर ने उसका स्टेटमेंट स्टेटमेंट लिया है। तो ये सब चीज़ें जो हैं वो निश्चित तौर पे प्रशासनिक बहुत बड़ी लेवल पर खामियां हैं। निर्भया फंड को लेकर के हो, कोर्ट के मैनेजमेंट को लेकर के हो, पुलिस के चार्जशीट को लेकर के हो, ये तो लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का बहुत बड़ा फेल्योर है। इसको तो मैं 100% स्वीकार करता हूं। और वुमेन्स क्राइम को हमको सबसे आश्चर्य इस बात का लग रहा है कि दो हमारे पास पॉलिटिकल लीडर जो बैठी हो महिला हैं, स्वयं महिला हैं, तो महिलाओं के दर्द को उनसे ज्यादा कोई नहीं समझ सकता। ऐसे में वो इन मुद्दों पर तो कम से कम राजनीति की बात ना करें और अपने अपने स्तर से हर लेवल पर महिलाओं को बचाने के लिए, महिलाओं की इज्जत की रक्षा करने के लिए, महिलाओं के सम्मान के लिए ये सब लोग मिल करके काम करेंगे, तभी जाके एक अच्छा रूल एंड रेगुलेशन इस देश में कायम हो पाएगा।
Yes, Tanveer Ahmed.
मुझे 1 सेकंड का टाइम दीजिएगा। मैं आई एम पार्ट ऑफ द सिलेक्शन कमिटी इन माई पार्टी। मैं यहाँ पर आपके नेशनल टेलीविजन में बैठकर आप लोगों को आश्वासन देना चाहता हूँ कि कोई भी व्यक्ति जिसने महिला के खिलाफ कुछ भी कांड किया है या फिर उसके खिलाफ एफआईआर जारी है या फिर किस कोर्स है, मैं आपके चैनल के सामने खड़ के मैं कसम खाता हूं कि उस आदमी को टिकट लेने नहीं दूंगा। अगर किसी आदमी को टिकट मिली तो मैं अपनी पार्टी से स्वयं रिजिग्नेशन दूंगा। क्या इस तरीके का हम सब प्रण उठाना चाहिए, वेदर इट इज बीजेपी, कांग्रेस या कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, कि ऐसे व्यक्ति जिसने ऐसा कुछ काम किया है उसको सिलेक्शन में नहीं लाएंगे, तब हम कुछ चेंजेस की हम बात कर सकते हैं यहां पर बैठ के। मैं अपनी बात कर रहा हूं, मैं किसी के ऊपर टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता।
Jairam Venkateshwan, what does Chennai need right now from its government? Very quickly, sir.
See, the government needs to get on with the governance. That there is total absence of governance in Tamil Nadu right now. And see, the police, as I said, the police reforms must be the first priority of the government. The police is completely looking at VIP security. What the politicians say, they are least cared about the common citizens. We had the case of Swati. We now have a case of Hasini and Ritika and many more such people. And if you go to the rural parts, it's much more. Only in the urban part it comes to the we are debating, but in the rural parts it doesn't even come to the news. And also the Justice Verma Commission needs to be taken in totality. They have talked about the whole judicial reform, the infrastructure in the judiciary. Justice Thakur clearly told that more than 500 judges is lying vacant. And so with things like this, the conviction rate is going to be low. Police is not going to be is not investigating on the ground, and so it's a total mess. On the other side, if you look at the education, if you look at
दीपिका मैडम आपको मैं बता दूं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आपके ऊपर 10 बार आपके केंद्र सरकार पे टिप्पणी की है जुडिशियरी को टाइमली अपॉइंट नहीं करने को लेकर के। आप जुडिशियरी सिस्टम में नहीं होना चाहिए। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आपको कम से कम 10 बार, जब टीएस ठाकुर चीफ जस्टिस थे, आपका और मिनिस्ट्री की वेबसाइट पे चले जाइए।
दिस इज नॉट अ प्लेस टू डिफेंड
अपॉइंटमेंट हमारे साथ। आप ये मत बताओ, आप ये बताओ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आपको 73 जजेस का पैनल, व्हाट इज द कंडीशन ऑफ 73 जजेस का आपके पास वैकेंसी भेजा था, सेलेक्ट करके भेजा था, आपने उसमें से सिर्फ 34 का सिलेक्शन किया। आप ये बताओ ना, 73 को क्यों नहीं सेलेक्ट किया आपने?
से जो रिकमेंडेशन आएगी सरकार उसको कंसीडर करेगी।
ये मत बोलिए टीएस ठाकुर वर्सेस केंद्र सरकार, ये कम से कम
द सुप्रीम कोर्ट कॉलेजियम रिकमेंड्स।
नहीं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट वर्सेस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, ये सबों ने देखा है और सबों ने उसको कम से कम 6 महीने तक झेला है। 6 महीने तक झेला है इसको।
I've run out of time. I have to end this discussion here. I have to run out of time. I've run out of time. I have to end this discussion here. I can see on the faces of Brinda Adige and Abha Singh the same heartbreak that I'm feeling right now, where for a 1-hour discussion, there wasn't anyone who came forward and said, I will take this seriously. I accept there are problems. I will try to fix them. No one from a moving, running in power government said, we will pick up a few things and we will try to fix them. All we want repeatedly is reassurance that as women in this country, we matter to you, that we are important to you in some way, that our basic fundamental safety, we're not animals. We need to be treated with dignity. That's all we want. Dignity. Treat us like human beings. There's no one who will come forward and give us that assurance. And the assurance is not in lip service. Don't give us lip service. Don't give us catchphrases. Don't say Beti Bachao. Tell us that you will change the system and give us a special court. Tell us that you will make examples of the people who have committed this horrible crime against 3-year-old girls. Tell us that you will make an allocation, for God's sake, to the Nirbhaya Fund, if not for anything else, to get us to stop complaining about it. Tell us that you will open those crisis centers. Tell us that you will make sure that the women constables who are meant to keep us safe are being kept safe themselves. These are very simple things we're asking. We're not asking you to change the world. Don't make promises of changing the world, and for God's sake, we don't need a bullet train. What we need is basic human dignity. And until you can give us that, we will complain about it every day, because this sort of lip service is never going to be enough. And we will not let you brush it to the end of your offices and forget about us, because we are half this country. And we will no longer be treated like animals and be taken for granted. Bas, enough is enough. Thanks for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.